Hello, everybody, and welcome to the American Rhythm Center in Chicago's Fine Arts Building on a beautiful Saturday afternoon on May 2nd. It's finally warm and kind of sunny, and the park is actually kind of full of people despite the stay-at-home order. I think people are just can't stay cooped up for very much longer. Anyway, it's a beautiful day. I hope you're enjoying it. I'm here actually to thank you all for having taken this ride with us for the last couple of weeks as we've learned how to live stream, and hopefully you learned a few steps in tap dance. There have been a couple bumps along the way, and thank you for your patience. So I just want to say thank you. And we're going to go over today a traditional dance called the BS Chorus. It's a companion to another traditional dance called the Shim Sham. And they're both constructed in similar fashions. There's four phrases, four 8-bar phrases, which makes up a single chorus of 32 bars of jazz music. And they each have a break that is repeated 3 out of the 4 phrases. Okay, so there's a lot of similarities between the two. The BS Chorus is definitely more complex technically, and this is the version that I learned from Charles Honeycoles in 1987 or 1988 at the Portland International Tap Dance Festival. So there's a couple different versions, small variations here and there, but this is the version that I learned from him. First, let's, for those of you who know the Shim Sham, let's do it together once, shall we? I'm going to do it slow, so those of you who don't know it might come back and learn it. But actually, there's some really good videos, instructional videos on YouTube of people teaching the Shim Sham. So if you don't know it, I highly recommend that you come back and look for the Shim Sham. It's a great traditional tap dance. So let's do that first, and then we'll jump into the BS Chorus, okay? All right. Good. All right. So, 1. Right foot on the count of 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Play that back to your heart's content. Okay, there's also some variations in the Shim Sham depending on who you learned it from. There's quite a discussion about that, but again, that's the version that I learned back in the day. So now let's go into the BS Chorus. Now some of these steps, when done in the traditional fashion, will be very reminiscent of Bill Robinson or John Bubbles. There's a very noted dance historian, Constance Vallis Hill, who really is describing the different styles and cultural roots of tap dance as displayed in the rhythmic and physical dance styles of Bill Bojangles Robinson and John Bubbles. So I'm going to do a little bit of a combination of the two today without getting too bogged down in it. But the Bill Robinson version is a little bit more up and erect and is more reminiscent of a Lancashire clog. And then the John Bubbles is more down and more flat-footed. All right, so it starts with a double time step. And I'm going to start it with a stomp, okay? So on the count of 4, we'll stomp the right foot. 1, 2, 3. And then spank and heel. Stomp, spank, heel. Stomp, spank, heel. Right foot first, stomp, spank, heel. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, now, what you do after that will define whether it's a single time step, a double, or a triple. All right? This is a double, so after the stomp, spank, heel, full lap, 2 notes, and double. Okay, so right away I'm going to mention the difference between the two styles that we could have done there, we could have done there. If you had done sort of the up Robinson version, it might have, instead of a stomp, it might have been a brush spank heel instead of a stomp spank heel. Okay, I'm going to stay down here, just a little footnote, no pun intended. Stomp spank heel, full lap, full lap. Stomp spank heel, full lap, full lap. And then you take the right leg under and the left leg out. Yeah. All right, so a lot of you know a double time step. So once you've done that cut under, foot out, you're on the left side, okay? All right, so that's one of those infinity steps. If you don't stop, it'll just go on forever. Now, here's the up version of that. All right, so the heels never go down. There are no flat feet. It's a shuffle instead of a stomp. Instead of stomp, spank, it's shuffle, okay? A syncopated shuffle. We're going to stay down, so don't worry about the up version. I just wanted you to know. All right, now, in this phrase, you do it 6 times. Right, left, right, left, right, left. So you do 6 double time steps. Let's start that on the count of 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. A 1, 2, one more time. This time, I went ahead and started the break, which is just like starting another, one more repetition of the time step. You cut under and stomp out. As a matter of fact, the time step goes on with the spank heel. So you just started the break on 4, 1, okay? Stomp, spank heel. 1, 2, 3. You go ahead and do the flap. Well, that's a lie. That's a lie. I do lie every once in a while. There's no flap there. There's just a step. Stomp, spank, heel, step. Stomp, spank, heel, step. Stomp, spank, heel, step. Stomp, spank, heel, step. Now, after the step, immediately after the step, there's a brush on the left toe. So you'll still, it's as if rhythmically you had done the flap, but instead of brush step, it's step brush. So rhythmically, if you include the transition cut under, you have a little catch step. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. a 4, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 1, a 2, a 3. Now, your left leg is out there because you just brushed it. What goes out must come back. If you're going to spank it, you can either hop on the right leg or just drop the right heel. Or, okay, and again, that's sort of it's a combination of physical and aesthetic choices. Whether you hop or whether you just drop your heel, if you like to jump, go for it. So just listen to this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So you've ended on the count of 3 with either a hop or a heel. 4, a 1, a 2, a 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, this isn't the most complicated step in the world, but I think it's one of the most beautiful steps. I just love this phrase and the physicality of it because it really kind of goes down and up and down and up. Check this out. 1, 2, 3. Go down, go up, go down, go up. Go down, go up, go down, go up. Now, I hope that's going well. That's a little tricky. Yeah, it's a little tricky. Now, again, Robinson would have done, Mr. Robinson would have done it. All right, we're doing it more down. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Good, good. Now, the next step, again, there's some choices here. You can either do a flap with the left foot, is you just hop, so your left leg is free. You can do a flap here, or you can do what some people call a third, or a slurp, or even an unarticulated riff. Yeah, yeah. So make your choice. I'm not going to break that throwdown riff right now. It's the 3-note phrase. It's a toe, heel, toe. Just throw it or flap. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So whether you did a flap, which by definition transfers transfer of weight, or a slurp or a third, which is also a transfer of weight, yeah? So your right leg will be free. Now, I'm going to give you 2 versions here, depending on whether or not you can do a pullback off of your left leg. For those of you who can do a pullback, you'll go shuffle, pull, change legs, and then tip the left heel. Shuffle, pull, change, tip. Yeah. Now, if you don't really have your pullback, all you have to do is shuffle, step, shuffle, step, tip. There's a pause there. Shuffle, step, tip. That pause is where the pullback goes. It will create a triplet if you do the pullback. If you don't do the pullback, then you have doo-wop, doo-wop. Listen to it. I'm going to do it the first time without the pullback. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And then your ear is begging for the resolution. 4, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 1, a 2, 3, and it's right on the beat. I'll do it one more time without the pullback and with the resolution, which is the stamp on 3. 1, 2, 3. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3. A 1, a 2, a 3. Now, if you do the pullback, you do the pullback. Shuffle will change tip, lunge. Shuffle will change tip, lunge. A 2 and a 1 and a 2, 3. A 1 and a 2, 3. Okay, so you can do the version without the pullback as we do the version with the pullback. If you do the simplified version correctly, it's still the tip will still be in the same place. It'll be there all together, and the lunge. This will be 2, and this will be 3. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3. Okay, cool. All right, so 6 time steps. The transition into this step is just the beginning of that the seventh time step that morphs into this break. Okay, and as I mentioned at the beginning, the BS chorus will use this break 3 times out of the 4 phrases. Okay, so once you get it, you get to do it again. All right, so let's do the 6 time steps and the break. 1, we're going to start on 4 with the right foot. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3. Now, the next phrase would start there, but since we end on 3, we could just repeat this phrase. We're on our left foot on 3, so we could just start again. So let's do that. Let's roll the phrase 2 times through, okay? Let's try it. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3. All right, now, for those of you who are ready, let's just try that one more time, just a little bit faster, okay? A 1, 2, a 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3. Cool. All right, so this bonus video was not of the whole BS chorus. I'm going to save something for maybe a bonus version 2.0. So I'll start feeding you these little extra videos with phrases of the BS chorus. And then there's the Dorothy Wasserman Shim Sham, which is a beautiful counterpoint to the Shim Sham. But I am going to start the second phrase of the BS chorus today. All right. Now it starts with a triple time step, but an open, and I mean physically open, not rhythmically, a physically open triple time step. You just ended on the count of 3. You start the next phrase as if you're going to do another time step, which you are. So the beginning is the same, just like we're going to do another double time step. But after the spank heel, you do a shuffle step as a continuation of the triplet. For a 1 and a 2. Stomp, spank heel, shuffle step. Stomp, spank heel, shuffle step. Okay. Now remember I said this is an open triple time step? By that I mean when you do that shuffle step, step to the side. Normally with the triple time step, you want to go. You just bring it right underneath yourself, but in this case, you're actually going to open up. 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. I hope that's going well. Stomp, spin, heel, shuffle, step. And your weight is transferred onto your right leg. Now, if I were French and a ballet dancer, I would say the next thing would be a sous-sus. But in what we're doing is called a back flap. Okay, so yeah, bring your feet together with a back flap. Stomp, spin, heel, shuffle, step, back flap. 1, 2, 3. Now, when you do that back flap on the left leg, and we'll do it a couple more times, you have to actually transfer your weight onto that left foot. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Great. Now you're on your left leg, and you do that step known as an Irish. A shuffle, a hop, and a step. And remember, whenever you do a hop, it can be replaced by a heel drop, right? So you need to go shuffle, heel step, or shuffle, hop step. It's the same, it's more or less the same thing, okay? So again, make the choice that's right for you. Either hop or just drop your left heel. Stomp, spin, heel, shuffle, step, back flap, shuffle, heel, step, or shuffle, hop, step. Let's just do the Irish for a second. Shuffle, hop, step. Shuffle, hop, step. Shuffle, heel, step. Shuffle, heel, step. Make the choice, and let's do that whole phrase. Stomp, spin, heel, shuffle, step, back flap, shuffle, heel, step. Now, literally step. When you stepped on your right leg, that means the toe, the ball of the foot. The heel should be up, because now you're going to drop it clearly and loudly on the count of 2. For a 1 and a 2, a 3, a 4, a step, heel. Step on 1, drop the heel in 2. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3. For a 1 and a 2, 1, 2, 1. Zapati, 1, 1, 1. There you are. Just dropped your right heel. You're going to pull out with the left foot. And this may be the trickiest part of this step, because really it's a flat step stomp, but it turns. Yeah? So you're going to do the flat here, and you take your right foot and step back, and then stomp the left. Flat step stomp. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's no weight on that stomp, so at the end you should be on your right leg. Just stomp your left foot. Pull out. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now that stomp was the beginning of the other side of that same step. I'm going to show you this entire phrase, and be ready, because the break that you learned in the first step is repeated at the end of this phrase. Listen to it once. Now, the second repetition is exactly the same as the first, just on the other side. So it's the mirror image. The third time, there's a very small difference at the end. So when we did flap, heel stomp, turning, right? Oh, sorry, flap, step stomp, turning. Flap, step stomp. That was the way we did it on the first and the second repetition. The third time, it's a heel instead of a step. And you don't turn. So that's how the third repetition ends, full lap, heel stomp. So let's just do the third repetition, starting on the count of 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. All right, now that sets you up for the Bill Robinson break. Yeah, so both the first phrase of time steps and the first phrase of double time steps and the second phrase of triple time steps both end with the Bill Robinson break. Let me do it for you, both phrases. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So each one of those phrases is 8 bars or 8 measures of music in 4/4 time. So you just done 8 bars in the first phrase and 8 bars in the second phrase, and that's 16 bars, which is half of the 32 bar chorus. So you're halfway through the BS chorus, right? Let's do it together one more time, shall we? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. That's half of the BS chorus, okay? Now, I'll just warn you, the next phrase has a wing in it. What? But a wing can also be done as a hop or a heel. Let me show it to you real quick, okay? So this is a wing time step. There's Bill Robinson again at the end, okay? Cool. All right, well, I'll show you how to do that next time with a wing or without a wing, okay? All right, thank you again, everybody. I really appreciate all of your great support and tapping together, and look forward to the day when we can actually tap together again. All right, thanks you all. Have a great rest of the weekend. Bye-bye.